and I like scary movies, and today I'm going to be telling you every freaking horror movie coming out in 2020 according to the internet. This list took a while to compile, and I'm still not sure I haven't missed something, so if I did, please let me know in the comments. But let's get started. These are all the release dates I could currently find. Release dates do change. Some of these movies were supposed to come out last year, and now we're coming out in 2020, but we're just going to do our best. If things change, well, you know, that's life, people, that's life. So let's start with January 3rd. The new Grudge movie. This one was written and directed by Nicholas Pesky, and from what I understand, this movie takes place in America in 2004, so the American Grudge that we have with Sarah Michelle Gellar, that takes place in Tokyo, and so this is going to take place at the same time, but just in America. I am seeing it this week with Lauren, and we're going to make a podcast about it, so it's going to happen. Alright, January 10th, we have Underwater. This is the Aliens at the Bottom of the Sea movie with Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart, she really was like everyone's least favorite some years ago, and now she's like coming in with all these hot movies and looking great, and we're all about her. So this seems to be a creature feature / alien movie, and yeah, I'm excited about it. I am not one of those people that says everything in January is gonna suck. They only put movies in January if they suck. And I'm just like, maybe you're wrong. On January 24th, we have The Turning. This I'm very, very excited for because it has two of my favorite child actors. One, Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things, It, etc., etc. And the other one is Brooklyn Prince, who you might recognize from The Florida Project, which is just an incredible movie, and this is one incredible child actor. This movie is about a governess hired by a man who has become responsible for his young nephew and niece after the death of their parents. It is a modern take on Henry James's novella, The Turn of the Screw. We'll have another one of those later on in this list. But anyway, The Turn looks really awesome. It definitely looks like there is a mix of evil children and dark supernatural stuff going on, all things I'm into. Next up, also on January 24th, we have Color Out of Space. This is a H.P. Lovecraft adaptation with Nicolas Cage and Tommy Chong. I know I should be more excited for Nicolas Cage, but Tommy Chong. This is about a city family who moves out to the country and a meteorite crashes down on their property. And this meteorite seems to be helping a lot of things, but seems to also cause havoc on Nicolas Cage's family. So, can't wait. Everyone said it's like the trippiest movie they've ever seen in their life. It's also by the same producers of Mandy. Spectrovision, that is Elijah Wood, Daniel Noah, and Josh Waller. And really, they've had a very psychedelic year. I know this is not the point of this video, but they came out with Mandy in 2018, Daniel Isn't Real in 2019, and now Color Out of Space. All extremely trippy movies, which I just find funny. Okay, next up, January 31st, we have Gretel and Hansel. So this is by Oz Perkins, who did the movies I Am the Pretty Thing That Lived in the House and The Black Coat's Daughter. This movie looks a little different than the style of those other two, which I'm actually excited for, to see him do something kind of different. And the trailer really scares me, and that's good. I also love fairy tale movies. And there's also the image on the poster and the trailer of the witch pulling this long thing of hair out of her mouth, which just makes me gag every time I see it. In any movie where there's hair in someone's mouth, I just can't take it. Next up, February 7th, we have The Lodge. This was also a movie that was supposed to come out in 2019, but it's okay, everyone. This is Veronica Franz and Severin Fiala of Goodnight Mommy, a movie that scared the bejesus out of me. This is about a family that goes to a remote cabin over the holidays. It is a man and his two children and the man's new girlfriend. He has to leave at a certain point, and the girlfriend has to take care of the children. And I don't really know much more than that, but it is some sort of isolation, everyone's going insane, who is the monster kind of horror film, and I'm excited to find out. Alright, February 14th, we have VFW. This is the new Joe Begos film. He came out with Bliss at the end of 2019, and now VFW is coming out. The plot for this one is a typical night for veterans at a VFW turns into an all-out battle for survival when a desperate teen runs into the bar with a bag of stolen drugs, and a gang of violent punks come looking for her. So it's sort of veterans versus punks, I think. And also maybe something more sinister going on. I'm not super sure. And it also has Stephen Lang from Don't Breathe, who I just love. So I can't wait to see him in this movie. Next up on February 20th, we have Fantasy Island. This is, I think, based off the series from the 1980s? 70s into 80s. It's about a group of people that go to a luxury island where they are allowed to live out one of their fantasies, no matter how strange, dark, or horrific. And from the trailer, it does not go well for anyone. This one looks pretty interesting. I'm curious about it. All right, next up we have February 21st, Brahms, The Boy 2. We've been waiting for this Boy 2 for a while. This was supposed to come out in 2019 as well. Maybe it'll come out in 2020, but it does star Katie Holmes. This is, of course, a sequel to The Boy that came out in 2016. Next up, February 28th, The Invisible Man. This one I'm freaking stoked for. It was written and directed by Lee Wannell and stars Elizabeth Moss. The plot for this one is when Cecilia, Elizabeth Moss's, abusive ex takes his own life and leaves her fortune, she suspects his death was a hoax. As a series of coincidences turned lethal, Cecilia works to prove that she is being hunted by somebody no one can see. The trailer for this one looks so exciting. I really hope the movie is good. Next up, we have March 20th, and that is A Quiet Place Part 2. I saw like a very short teaser trailer for it. It is A Quiet Place Part 2. I'm sure it'll be pretty good. All right, next up on April 1st, we had The New Mutants. This, I think, was supposed to come out in August of 2019. I don't know what happened with that. Hopefully it's not because the movie was bad. I'm really hoping it's good. But this is a bunch of teenage mutants who try to come to grips with their superpowers while staying at a secret facility. And though this is like a superhero movie, it looks like a horror movie to me if you've seen the trailer. All right, next up on April 17th, we have another Guillermo produced work, and that is Antlers. This is about a mysterious creature escapes from its confines to wreak bloody havoc in the small Oregon town. This is cool. It's like a little boy that's apparently feeding some sort of creature either in his basement or somewhere else, and apparently that creature's gonna break out. I think it is a Wendigo story from what I can tell. I think I heard them whisper Wendigo in one of the trailers. I'm not sure. But it looks pretty awesome, and the creature in it, from what the trailer looks like, looks epic. Next up, April 17th, we have Promising Young Woman. This is maybe not technically a horror film, but definitely has horror aspects to it. The trailer looks like she pretends to be drunk, so a guy will try to take advantage of her, and then when he tries to take advantage of her, she kills him maybe? I think. There might be more to it. Unclear. All right, next up, April 24th, Antebellum. I just saw this trailer for the first time when I went to go see Black Christmas, and the trailer looks amazing. It is successful author Veronica finds herself trapped in a horrifying reality and must uncover the mind-bending mystery before it's too late. That's a very vague plot. It basically seems to be about a black woman in our modern era that is going back and forth in time into slave times in America, and it looks really dark and really scary, and I'm very excited to see it. And next up, May 15th, we had the new Saw movie, which made quite the splash because the story is by Chris Rock, and it stars Samuel L. Jackson, which I'm just like, what? What? It is called The Organ Donor, and it'll be the 9th installment of the Saw franchise. I have not seen a Saw movie in a while. I don't think I've seen anything past number 4. I don't even know. Should I watch them all? Someone tell me what your favorite Saw movies are down below. Thank you. June 12th. And at this point on, I'm pretty sure these release dates are going to just change, but I'm just going to keep going. June 12th, we have the new Candyman. So this is a spiritual sequel to the 1992 horror film. Candyman returns to a now gentrified Chicago neighborhood where the legend began. It is written by Jordan Peele and Wynn Rosenfeld and directed by Nia DaCosta. I have great faith in this Candyman remake. Don't let me down. Next up, July 8th. Once again, not horror, but spooky. It is the new Ghostbusters Afterlife. So this is going to feature a lot of the original cast, including Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver and lots more. So hopefully it's awesome. It'll probably be awesome. All right, next up, August 7th, we have The Empty Man. I don't know much about this one, but it says, on the trail of a missing girl, an ex-police officer who witnessed the violent deaths of his wife and son comes across a secretive group attempting to summon a terrifying supernatural entity. Well, I do love a supernatural, terrifying entity, so hoping it's good. Don't know much about this one. August 14th, Escape Room 2. Do we need it? Probably not. Are we getting it? Apparently, yes. August 14th as well, we have Malignant. So this was the secret James Wan project that we heard about a while ago. He has announced that they have wrapped shooting. It is called Malignant, and I think it's a superhero horror movie. From what I can sort of read online, can't find much about a plot. But I'm really excited for James Wan to still be interested in doing horror movies after he did Aquaman this year. It's good news for us. Okay, September 11th, we have The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. This is another Conjuring movie, of course. It is directed by Michael Chavez, which I think he's a good director, but I did not like Curse of La Llorona, so I'm not sure what to do about that, but hopefully this will be better. All right, September 25th. I don't know anything about this, but I'm very excited. Last Night in Soho. This is by Edgar Wright, who of course did Shaun of the Dead and Baby Driver, etc. But it is a psychological horror film. I'm assuming it takes place in Soho. I don't know anything about it, but I'm very excited Edgar Wright is doing a horror movie. Okay, October 15th, we have the new Halloween movie, Halloween Kills by David Gordon Green. I'm pretty sure they already wrapped shooting on this, I think. But I'm very excited to see it, of course. I really enjoyed the last one. So, December 31st, and this is the last one that I have any sort of release date for. Army of the Dead. This apparently is going to be coming to Netflix, and it is a horror film about a group of mercenaries plot a heist on a Las Vegas casino during a zombie outbreak. It is directed by Zack Snyder. Zombie movie in the Blank of the Dead universe, so hopefully it's good. Okay, and now I have three that I don't know about release dates, but I'm pretty sure coming in 2020. One is Terrifier 2. They are filming right now and have been filming for a couple months now. I'm assuming it's going to be coming out in 2020. I'm assuming around October, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have Wrong Turn: The Foundation. They're making another Wrong Turn movie. A lot of people seem very excited about this. I don't know if I feel anything about this, but it is coming apparently in 2020. And then last but not least, something that is probably coming out in October, once again unclear, is The Haunting of Bly Manor. This is, and I told you I would come back to it, another adaptation of Turning of the Screw, and this is Mike Flanagan's sequel to Haunting of Hill House. I loved Haunting of Hill House so much. I was actually thinking about rewatching it, and then for some reason I started rewatching Gossip Girl again, so I don't know. But as I've mentioned before, huge fan of Mike Flanagan. I'm sure this is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see it. Okay, did I do it? Did I do it? Oh, no one's here. Okay. I hope that was all the 2020 horror movies that I've heard about thus far. Whatever I missed, I'm sure there are some, and I'm sure we'll get more and more announcements, especially in the independent horror film world shortly, but I will let you guys know about that as I hear about them. So in the comments, either let me know what I missed or what you are most excited to see in 2020. I hope you all have a nice scream. Bye.